Hi everyone, this is going to be a video based off of a lovely video I just watched, and it was by my lovely soul brother, Jesse, and the video was called Your Greatest Fear is Your Greatness. Okay, so I wanted to expand on this topic because it is very dear and near to my heart because of the fact that I used to feel like I used to have all these wild dreams and all these ideas about things I want to manifest and create in this world. And I felt since I was not doing that, that maybe I'm not as powerful as, let's say, Steven Spielberg or Mike Cahill, which is like an up-and-coming screenplay writer and director who's really making moves in the film industry. So even when I was very, very young, I just always had this creative life energy about me. So what really helped me get out of that energy of, being intimidated by these people and feeling like I'm small while they're big or whatnot, is I realized that the work I'm doing, just by being happy, really, just by being joy and just being really having your light body really activated and really stepping into the entirety of your being, not just your physical self or your earthly self, but tapping into your entire being, which is more than just me and this body on this planet. I feel like I am tapping in because I've always had dreams of me like doing things, like dreams of me creating things, and almost like if you've seen the movie, read the book Tomorrowland, I always felt like when I was sleeping I went to this place. It was like this place where all these creative, innovative minds would go to during their sleep time, and they would be busy working and creating ideas. And I just remember I would always be talking with people that, like, people from all walks of like experience, like dimensions and other planets, and I remember I would just always be creating something. So me recognizing that I'm actually like creating things in these other dimensions and other planets, and I'm tapping into that, really helps me to realize that I'm actually a very powerful being. I have so much greatness in me. Okay? And the more that we tap into our entire being, that we're more than just this body and this soul in this body and that's it, then we can actually begin to use our energy, because everything is about energy. That's what the planet is beginning to tap into, is energy. I feel like that's one of the most important things that is really beginning to be awakened on the planet, is the uses of energy, and the energy is not just me in this body or whatnot, but it transcends the dimensional realm, and it goes into other realms and other planets as well. So me really really tapping into my multi-dimensional living is helping me to realize my greatness. Because I've always had these dreams, even when I was little, of, I don't know, it was just of me, like, even me, like, creating, like, films and stuff like that, and films and writing, and I would just always see storylines in my head, and it would be, like, on other planets and whatnot. Like, I was, like, a creative person, like almost like a writer or filmmaker on like other worlds and other dimensions, because it didn't feel like Earth, because it felt like a higher evolved planet Earth. And this is getting kind of in metaphysics, but I feel like there is an aspect of me right now while I'm doing this video simultaneously is doing work, such as doing films and doing in writing whatnot. Because I feel like if you can truly visualize it and you can truly see yourself doing that, I feel like you're doing it. You're it, And that's kind of like a very expansive idea or whatnot, but I feel like that's true. But when we begin to distrust that vision or distrust that visualization or that idea that we can truly conceptualize, such as when I was a little girl, I could literally conceptualize a movie, me writing and creating a movie, but it's almost like in another futuristic Earth or something like that. I feel like if I disbelieve that idea, I would just kind of see myself as is not as powerful. Because doubting those ideas you have in yourself, and in doubting your greatness based off of what you see, your what you see in your physical reality. For example, you doubt your greatness because of the fact that you begin to compare yourselves to other individuals. Okay, you begin to on a physical level, like a material level. A lot of times the comparing goes on like a physical, material level, like on a superficial level. That's mainly what we compare, because that is really what we can see. That's the first thing really we see, is like the superficial material level. When we begin to compare, we begin to see so and so must be doing really well and must be much greater than me because they've really accumulated a lot of wealth and they're CEO of a corporation, so that must mean that they're greater than me. But when we get to the root of it, when we really look at their light body is totally not activated. Their light body has like codes in them that is just not codes that are not really feeding the soul. Okay, so when I think of greatness, I don't think of greatness in terms of how much wealth you've accumulated, because I feel as a collective we're getting away from that finally, because that comes from a lack mentality, a victim mentality, more so than an abundance mentality of accumulation and whatnot. And I feel like the greatness really comes from you stepping into your multidimensional living. Okay, because I feel like most of the work on that we do for like the world and for dimensions and planets is stepping into our multidimensional living, is stepping into our kind of our light body. Okay, because our light body is like I said, it's people can call it higher self, but it's not just contained in this vessel. Like it kind of flows freely through this vessel. It's kind of like or energy that it's extended outwards, almost like streams of energy that kind of just goes everywhere. Kind of like when you think of the Big Bang Theory, it's like throwing like a bottle of ink at the wall, and that bottle of ink just kind of and all the ink just scatters all over the wall. So all of those little ink kind of that's splattered everywhere is basically an aspect of, it's like they're all different aspects that are all kind of experiencing, on different parts of the wall, which can be an analogy for just kind of spreading out and experience all there can be experienced simultaneously, one given time. Because the ink, even though they're scattered, or whatnot, because you threw it at the wall and all the ink is splattered everywhere, it's still the same thing. It's still made of the same ingredients or whatnot. Nobody's going to question. No one's going to say, oh, it's splattered now, so each splattered little blob is a different ingredient. No, everyone's going to agree that it came from the same source, the ink bottle or whatnot. So I feel like that kind of has to do with ourselves, and when it comes to our interdimensional sort of selves, because that's where I see my greatness is, because I truly see it when I am literally just having these sensations in my light body where I feel like I get this wave of energy that is true, like a validation that my energy, just by being the embodiment of joy, is really affecting the planet, even though I may not be able to see it in a physical sort of my eyes, but my third eye can clearly see it because it's picking it up. It's picking it up, and it's kind of it's filtering it back to me. It's like it's picking up what my energy is doing to the world, and it's sort of just bringing it back to me as like a validation, like your signal that you're sending out to the world is really helping the planet, so keep going. And that really is validation that I'm doing such greatness. So when you're really being your authentic self, when you're really in your joy, you are in your greatness. No matter what it is you're doing or whatnot, you're in your greatness. Okay, if you're being creativity, literally you're being creativity through, could be expression, it could be through art, it could be through film or writing, or just analyzing things, or critical thinking, or mathematics, anything really. I mean, creativity is just, it's so broad, it dibbles in so many different things. then you are using your greatness. But never doubt your greatness by comparing yourself to another individual. Because that's how we get tripped up, is we begin to compare ourselves to so and so and the life they have, and a lot of times it's on a superficial materialistic level, and then that makes us feel like we're not as great. So don't doubt your greatness, and if you really want to step into your greatness, really step into like being your authentic self, like embracing yourself. Okay, embracing yourself and walking your path, in the light, towards the light, shining your light. I was just thinking, before I watched Jesse's video about, I was in college and whatnot today in English class, and I was looking at people and I could just feel like everybody's light bodies were just not truly just uplifted, like just uplifted. That feeling, is just, you're like this light energy, you just feel like so uplifted, like so energized, that feeling, like you just totally feel energized, like you just had a total upgrade and activation. And I could feel these individuals in their light body, there was just like a total, just like there was an energy that was just flowing in and out of them. It's just there was like a heaviness to their light body, and I didn't really understand it, and I feel like it has to do with the fact that there's maybe some uneasiness going on in these people I was sort of observing or analyzing. And I feel like right now it's very important for more people to just continue to raise their light body and to continue to lighten their light body, okay, by doing a lot of clearing and upgrading and activation and putting decoding the old code systems that's in our DNA and replacing it with higher evolved dimensional codes, such as the code of we're multidimensional beings, or the code that we're more than just this human in this vessel or whatnot, that we, like I said, with the ink splattered on the wall, that our soul is kind of experiencing like other things at the same time. And I feel like we get a glimpse of that when we tap into our dreams. That the most important thing for you to do is just be joy. Just be joy. Just be joy. Just go out there and have joy and embrace yourself, and do not compare yourself to other people, because if you're just being your joy, you're kind of like, who cares what people, like, I'm just being my joy, okay? I'm being my joy, and I'm my greatness, because my joy is affecting not just this planet, but even the aliens and the star beings are watching me. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of star beings watching people right now, and so it's a lot, it's interesting. Because they're picking up on the energy, because they're trying to help us bring in this code. It's like this code that they're trying to give us, that is the code of, energy, the wisdom of energy. And basically what we did when we were Atlantis and Lumeri, we had this wisdom of knowledge of energy, and they're trying to put those codes in our DNA. Okay, and that's what a lot of people are doing when they're getting through upgrades in their chakra, their 12 chakra systems, of receiving this wisdom from, these higher evolved aliens that I feel are really higher evolved us. I feel like they're literally just, you could call it like a futuristic us that is really just there, trying to help this version of us to go through the codes, to upgrade the codes and decode those things that are not serving for our highest good anymore, So I feel like it's important, just go for your joy. I don't want to make this video super long, but I feel like it's just to be in your joy, and that's really the key, that you're in your greatness, okay? And if you're doubting your greatness, it's because you're at odds with yourself. You're not at ease with yourself. Because if you're at ease with yourself and you truly feel whole, you know that you're just as powerful as like Steven Spielberg or, Micah Hill or whatnot. And that power does not come from a superficial, what you could see with the eyes, the 3D eyes. But greatness and power comes from what you can see and feel on an energy level. When I know someone is great, such as, what I say is, Jesse, I feel like he's really great, and his twin flame as well, she is just an amazing energy. And there's so much power and greatness about them, because I can feel it through my third eye and my chakra systems, because when I look at them, I feel like an upgrade is going on in I feel like my thing is being lifted. But that doesn't always happen. Like, you have people, CEOs of corporations, that are perceived to be the greatest, most powerful people in the world, but then when I look at them in an interview or whatnot, I just feel like I'm not getting that same sensation. Like, I'm feeling my light body is just being upgraded, and like new codes are coming in like crazy, that is helping me to become even a better upgraded version of myself. Okay, that's how you know they're not tapped into their greatness or into their power. Okay, even though they're on a three-dimensional, what you see, they're powerful, perceived powerful based off of ideologies and belief systems, but they're not. People of true power and true greatness are people, I would say somebody like Steven Spielberg, because of the fact, the difference between Steven Spielberg and like some CEO of like Walmart or whatnot is because when you feel your energy feels lifted when you're, for example, when I watched E.T., my energy, my light body, I felt like sensations run through me, like a wave of sensations of like almost like the shivers. Like, for example, when I watch an opera, I just get the shivers. It's like my whole crown chakra is just like exploding because these people are in their greatness, in their power, and I'm picking it up, and it's uplifting my own energy, and it's helping to activate my own energy, and it's uplifting my own energy, and it's bringing new codes into my energy that's like a chain reaction, that's like a catalyst in bringing more light to my body. Okay? So if you're having that effect on people, like, like I said, Jesse and his lovely, beautiful twin flame that just had a beautiful baby boy recently, if you're having that effect such as they are when I watch them, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree, like that positive effect where you just feel like you're just getting this uplifting upgrade, that's how you know, that's a true indicator that somebody's in their power and somebody's in their greatness. Okay, but if you feel drained, and if you don't, then they're not in their greatness. Even no matter how much money they have, they're not in their greatness. So being in your greatness, you're going to have that effect on people. Your energy is going to be so uplifting and so light that people are just going to, it's going to naturally just kind of uplift their energies, just be in the presence of you, because you're in your greatness. And whenever somebody's in their greatness, it's like, that is just being the joy and just being the light. That is like true greatness, and that's what these star beings up in the, surrounding the planet are watching. People like Jesse and his twin flame and myself, who are being in the greatness. That's who they're watching, because those energies that truly are just really light and joyful, that are truly helping people to just open themselves up and elevate these people just by being in the energy, those people in those greatness, they are like, whoa, their energy is just shooting out, almost like a beam of light, like shooting way out to space. And these star beings circling the planet, they're seeing it, they're feeling it. And when they tap into that particular beam of light, they find, oh, that's Rosa, or oh, that's Jesse, oh, that's Jesse's twin flame, And that's how I feel like also they're, they're filtering in through that beam of light that is going up into space. They're also, that the aliens the aliens that are circling the planet, they're filtering in codes into that beam, and that beam that's in space or whatnot. And what they do is they put new codes in these beam, and that what they do is they send the code down through the beam that is connected to your light body here on physical, or vessel on Earth. And they, it's like a kind of like a two-way street. You're putting your beam of light is going out to space, which is like you're in your power, and then also energy from the beam is coming in as well. So it's like going up and going in and going out and going in, and it's just like this, it's just like this thing. And I feel like those are people in their greatness. Not everybody is a beam of light that's going out into outer space. Not everybody has such a strong signal that aliens from perceived out from, millions of light years away are picking up on that signal, okay? Not everybody has that strong of a signal. Everybody in essence does, but you have to activate that. Okay, you have to. It's within everybody. It just needs to be activated, which is just like a wisdom that just needs to be activated within yourself through really decoding yourself of these belief systems. that keep you feeling in the category of doubt and fearful and jealousy and hatred and comparing yourself and not being at ease and balanced with yourself. You got to clear that first before you can truly activate that, almost like that thing within your heart center that, that is, you are great, you are powerful. And once you activate it, it's like boom, you're a beam of light that goes all the way out there, like a signal that goes all the way out and 100 million billion galaxies away and stuff, and beings pick it up, like on Pleiadians and Octorians and Sirians and whatnot, and they pick that up. And the Lumerians and I like to say the Lyrians, I think I pronounced that, which is a new galactic beings that I've been picking up lately. So that's kind of what I have to say about greatness and whatnot, because I believe people are more stepping into their greatness and really getting away from, so-and-so's great, and we're all, like, who said, like, I don't know who started this, but it was just not a good idea for someone to say that God is almighty and then we're just, like, down here. Right there, that's just not a very helpful belief system. That's not a belief system that really is going to help people elevate themselves. It's going to make people feel like they're limited on what they can do in life, because only God can do all things at once. But the thing is, we can do all things at once because I've done it. I've seen myself in dreams, literally on other planets, like other worlds, like in alien worlds where I'm like doing things. Like I'm like, sometimes I'm a scientist and sometimes I'm on a ship and I'm like an astronomy, like an astronaut on another planet, and then I see myself as like a princess on another planet, like a Pleiadian planet where I'm like a singer and dancer and whatnot, and then I see myself like into computer stuff on another planet, and this is like me, I'm like doing this all at once. So it's like I am like God. I'm almighty, like we all are. It's not just God and then some people and not other people. But you just have to be in joy and shine your light. Shine your light by being happy. All you gotta do is just be happy in your in your greatness. Be feeling whole, feeling complete, feeling like you don't need to get anywhere, you don't need to accumulate wealth, or you don't need to get a job or a life partner to be whole, or to feel like you are all powerful. A lot of, young people, like people I meet in college, they feel like they're only going to be in their greatness when they become like a lawyer, when they get that lawyer job and become partner or whatnot, or they become like a Steven Spielberg, and that's when they're going to be great. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's gonna be your belief system, but that's not really, like, I don't believe that's really what your heart is saying. That's basically what your belief systems are telling you. Okay, so it's us tapping into our light body and tapping into these new codes that are circling the planet, that are the aliens are holding for us, waiting for us to basically agree for them to place into our DNA, because you have to agree to it. Then once you have these codes in your DNA, you'll begin to really recognize that your greatness is really just how bright your light shines. How bright does your light shine? And that means how light is your energy, how uplifted is your energy, how bright are your eyes, how bright is your smile, how much effect do you have on people. Like when you walk by people at Kroger or the mall, like do they make eye contact to you with you and they feel so much loving energy from you? Or are they just gravitating towards you because they just feel like you're this safe haven? It's really, again, those are, again, signs that you're in your greatness. Because I've had that a lot where I was at the bank the other day, and I just felt like there was just people, like, staring at me, like they just felt like my energy was, like, foreign, like I was an alien or something like that. But it was really because my light was shining so bright that it was almost like I wasn't from this world, and that's why they were kind of curious about me. Because my energy was just so out of this world, so of this high vibration of joy and bliss, that they couldn't help but just be like, whoa, what's that? That's what you do when you're in your greatness. Like, that's how people respond to you. Like, whoa, what's that? That's interesting. What is, I don't know what that energy is, but it feels kind of juicy. That's a juicy energy over there, you know? So I'm gonna end this video now. So I hope you guys love this video. Okay, bye.